As we have reported, the administration has halted construction of a $6 billion offshore wind project in Rhode Island. Joining me now is Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. Mr. Secretary, looks like you've killed the Rhode Island farm, and it seems like you're pulling the plug on a wind project offshore Maryland. Why are you killing the wind industry?
Well, Stuart, this is part of our drive to make sure that we've got affordable, reliable energy for every American. And of course, as you know, you understand this industry. I mean, the offshore wind industry was really built around incredible, enormous tax subsidies. 60 to 70% of the project value on some of these projects was the tax breaks that were transferable to other companies. It wasn't really about electrical generation. It was under the guise of hey, this is really environmentally sound. But one of the things, of course, that as we go through under President Trump's executive order, reviewing every offshore wind project, finding that now there was Biden-era reports where the scientists at the National Oceanographic Administration, these folks were saying, hey, these are sensitive marine areas. This is one of the reasons why we're seeing the whale death. This is why we're concerned about the marine fisheries. Now we've got the Department of Defense involved with concerns about the effects on radar for our airports and for military uses, and also the effects underneath for undersea drones. So the DoD is taking a hard look, and then also, the Department of Transportation has got some concerns from the FAA standpoint, from the aerial radar. So there's a whole of government look at these massive tax subsidies. At the end of the day, citizens have to pay for them twice, because you're paying for the tax subsidy. You don't realize that with the hundreds of billions of dollars of subsidy, but then you're also paying for it because these are the highest electric prices in the country coming off of these projects.
The next one, Mr. Secretary, is we're talking about coal. The president says we're making a return to producing clean coal. Watch this.
Right now, building 58 coal, in this case, almost all coal-fired plants. And coal is back with this country too, by the way. You know, there's a reason they use it, because it's good. It works for them. We have nuclear going up. Nuclear is very much in vogue now. It's safe and inexpensive and great. We don't allow windmills. We're not allowing any windmills to go up. I mean, unless there's a legal situation where somebody committed to it a long time ago, we don't allow windmills, and we don't want the solar panels.
With these clean coal projects, are there no CO2 emissions? Is it truly clean?
Well, when President Trump, when he was talking about the 58 plants, he was talking about China. Last year, China added 95 gigawatts of coal production, not clean in China. They're not using the technology that we are here in the United States. And 1 gigawatt is Denver. China added 95 Denver's worth of coal power last year. And of course, that runs 24 hours a day. It's inexpensive. And we are in an AI arms race against China. Part of that race includes who can generate the most electricity. A kilowatt of electricity is worth more today than any time in human history, because you can turn electricity directly into intelligence. These AI factories, if you call them, they should be called factories, not data centers, because they're actually manufacturing a product, in this case, a general purpose technology that can be used by every industry. And so the race is on in the US. The existential threat to our country is losing that AI arms race. So President Trump was noting that they're adding 58 coal plants right now in China, and that we've got to make sure that the coal plants we have in America that are on running today remain running, and if there's those that we can bring back on. And if there's a coal plant running in America today, it is clean, because they've survived 20 years of onslaught of regulatory effort to take away all the emissions that are concerned. And then, of course, the one thing you mentioned was CO2, but as Administrator Zeldin is, challenging the endangerment finding, as is CO2 a pollutant? It's not clear that it is. It's not clear that that was based on the right science at the time, and so they're taking a look at that as well. But we've got clean plants in America, and if you want to take the CO2 off, there are places where we've got CO2 sequestration, or grabbing that CO2 and using it for enhanced oil recovery. That technology is available in our country today.
You mentioned China. At this moment, would you say that we are ahead of China in AI or behind China?
Well, I think we're ahead on the technology against China, but a lot of things, they're fast followers because they steal our intellectual property. We're ahead on tech, but we are behind in terms of electrical production. If you take a look at the line and put up a chart of China's electrical production versus the United States, their line is going up. Ours has been shows as flat, but it's deceptive because the Biden administration, the 5-year plan that they had, actually was shutting down base load and shutting down electrical. That's what they handed the Trump administration, was a plan that said we're going to have less electricity in this country, not more. And then some of that electricity was coming from these unaffordable, unreliable sources like wind and solar. And for us to win the AI arms race, we've got to have affordable, reliable, dispatchable, 24-hour-a-day power, and we need that for manufacturing. We need it for distribution. We need it for running our hospitals. It's something a country needs, and the demand for electricity is going to continue to go up. The only way we keep prices down is get supply up, and that's why President Trump, under the National Energy Dominance Council, is working so hard with the private sector to bring record amounts of capital to produce new sources of electricity in this country to power everything we need, not only to win the AI arms race, but to make sure that we've got prices low for consumers.
Mr. Secretary, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on the show today. After a lengthy marathon cabinet meeting yesterday, we're surprised that you have the energy to be with us this morning, but we like it. Come back and see us soon. Thank you very much, sir.
Great. Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, sir.